Hello guys, and welcome to a new Total War Warhammer 2 video today by me, Vulcan. Today I have you something quite a bit different. I've got a multiplayer battle versus Janet on Occasion. And the reason being is I'm part of a tournament which is run by ShadowOnlineGaming. Make sure to go check out both of their channels. I'll leave links in the description and also in the comments below. So yeah, definitely go check out Janet on Occasion. It has a great amount of Warhammer 2 content, and also ShadowOnlineGaming has a lot of interesting stuff on his channel, so make sure to go check it out. Either way, I'm going to be playing Wood Elves against the Empire on Excavation Site. Now this is probably the first competitive game I've ever played of Warhammer 2 online, but here we are, and we'll see how we do. Going to keep my Wild Riders either side. I've got a Glade Lord here, which is going to be able to do quite a lot of damage with the dragon. I've got a few units of Eternal Guard, which are just basically a front line alongside these Glade. Actually, these are War Dancers, sorry, with Arthro Spears. I'm probably just going to keep them off to the side if I can. I don't know if I want to hide them though. Maybe I could. Maybe we could just sit near these trees. It doesn't look like we can get hidden there. But what I am going to do is probably start my Wild Riders behind his lines. Because I can actually do that with Vanguard deployment, so we may as well. And I think, potentially, we'll play through the trees on the left-hand side. I do have some Glade Guard with the Hagbane tips, and I've also got a couple of dudes here. We got the Branch Wraith, and we've also got the Waystalker to hit Emperor Karl Franz if he brings him, or whatever leader he brings, or maybe even the mages and stuff. So there we go. Say good luck, have fun, and off we go. Probably going to group these lot, and we're going to make a move forwards. Still hidden behind him, so that's all good. What's he got here? Knights of the Blazing Sun. A couple of Knights of the Blazing Sun. I was tempted to bring the tree men with the fire resistance, but I didn't get a chance to. But what we're going to try and do here is melt some of his front line with the dragons. That is the plan. Let's see what else he has. So lots of Knights of the Blazing Sun. I think he was expecting me to go trees, but I chose not to. Let's just chill here for a second. And see if we can get like a nice shot across one of these swordsmen. Not bad, not bad. Let's make sure my guys are coming across here. That's all good. Let's have my Wild Riders coming in from the rear. I think he was prepared for that, honestly. I should be able to smash these guys. Okay, right, we're going to have to dive on in with that dragon. Definitely getting surrounded very quickly here. We need to select his lord and kill that mage there. We also need to get the old Branch Wraith going with his abilities. We've got a nice charge into the back of his units there. That's great. Let's make sure we're coming back with this. My dragon needs to take off. We got the buffs down. That's good. Smashed into those guys. I'm probably going to try and throw a breath attack into these forces somewhere. I need to find a decent shot though. There's a lot of ranged forces at the moment. I might just come in. Let's see. I'm not sure if that's a good idea. We should probably wait until they stop. but we are losing control of that side of things. Let's get the breath attack in there. I think I've maybe invested too much into my dragons, unfortunately. Right, Volkmar there is causing a bit of a problem. Let's have my dragon go deal with the Bright Wizard. Try and take off this dragon again. There's just so many units. I think I definitely didn't invest enough in chaff. And also my strikes with the dragon really weren't as good as I'd hoped they would be. So that sucked, but there we go. And get another Shield of the Thorns down. Maybe another heal. We might be able to do a little bit more damage here.
Silent sensitive. With speed. Your orders. As you said.
Yeah, so the idea was to use the Waystalker to kill the Bright Wizard, but I didn't manage to get that done. That was an absolute thrashing. I didn't have enough units to deal with these cavalry, and he just overwhelmed me with men. I just didn't have enough. Quite simply. Apparently a close defeat. I wouldn't call it so. That was unfortunate, to say the least. That's experience versus inexperience right there, guys. Fantastic little battle for you guys. Solid 7 minutes. My lords did okay. But in the end, I think we just got overwhelmed by numbers. I actually thought a lot of these were gunners initially, so I probably shouldn't have put my breath attacks into the Free Company Militia. That was probably a waste. I should have definitely put the breath attacks into the front line, as well as the silver bullets. Maybe should have gone for the Knights of the Blazing Sun as well, but mistakes were made. My Waystalker did okay, got a few kills, but yeah, I was supposed to be hitting Volkmar and the Bright Wizard, which we did a little bit, but not enough to get rid of them before the end of the battle. So very, very difficult battle there against Janet. So I just wanted to jump in the replay quickly after recording the game live, just to go over some of the stuff that I possibly did wrong throughout the game. The first thing that's apparent is obviously the numbers difference. I don't think I played wide enough. I didn't bring enough troops, but if we base it on the composition that I had, I think there's a few things that I could have probably done better. So first of all, I think I started in the wrong place. I should have had these Eternal Guard lined up next to the pit. I could have used the natural terrain here to prevent any flanks from Janet, and you can see by the way that he positioned his army, I think he almost expected me to be further to the right here. But no, I deploy on the left hand side, and I'm starting to move forwards quite aggressively. I'm rushing towards my enemy when there is actually no point in doing so. I expected Janet to bring in more artillery, which I think is the reason that I decided to move forward, but upon assessing his army during the game, I then create this quite interesting formation. So I'm trying to cover my flanks, in theory, against the Glade Guard, but I think by doing so, I more or less accidentally close my lines and make myself easier to be surrounded. So the Knights of the Blazing Sun are already moving round to flank me. And where are my Wild Riders to counter them? All the way at the back of the map. I didn't move them from the start. I definitely knew they were there because I pointed them out. But either way, my Knights of the Blazing, or my Wild Riders should have been attacking his Knights of the Blazing Sun from the offset in order to prevent these flanking maneuvers. Also, my Glade Lord should not have been flying off in that direction, away from the missile forces, but I'm assuming that I did that so that I could then have the Wild Riders come in and attack the ranged forces there, when they should have been focusing on the Knights of the Blazing Sun like I mentioned before. So now my Glade Lord's just going to sit back there and do absolutely nothing, when it did come with the Helm of Discord, which at this point would have been perfect. So if I use my Helm of Discord right now, whilst I have the Shield of Thorns up, that would have been fantastic. Also, the Lifeblood would have hit my Lord as well, So we would have been doing a lot of damage to Janet's front line at this instance, and you can see that we are doing a lot of work. My Wild Riders have hit his Free Company militia. We've managed to rout his swordsman using terror from the dragon. I got a couple decent breath attacks, but after the initial engagement, I definitely didn't play this correctly at all. And you can see there an absolutely crushing attack from the Knights of Blazing Sun straight into the back of my Eternal Guard and the War Dancers with Astro Spears. I get crushed on that left flank. And that's, again, simply due to the positioning of my Wild Riders, and I think that's the main thing that could have been improved throughout this battle. So apart from my army composition being deployed initially on the right, using my Wild Riders to cover the left flank of the army on this side would have been the perfect way to stop those flanking attacks and then get more value from my dragons, because the thing that happens here is my dragons end up flying off because I'm basically trying to fix the problems that I've created for myself. And my Forest Dragon, you know, it did actually do quite well. It managed to take off, get off 2 breath attacks. I'm trying to get this one into the air to get another breath attack as well, and that's fair enough, but my entire army's just been wrecked because those dragons were too far away at the start of the battle, and also, of course, so were my Wild Riders. So at this point the battle's already lost. I've only got my Lords still alive, and in hindsight I probably could have done without the Waystalker and just brought a couple extra chaff units like Dryads or something to help hold the front line. Would have been a much better choice. But now it's just a matter of me getting overwhelmed by the remaining numbers, when previously I definitely could have done a lot more damage. The other thing with the sort of putting the composition on the right hand side is if my frontline infantry is engaging his, it kind of reduces the effectiveness of the Free Company militia, and if my Wild Riders are attacking his as well, they're not getting shot from all directions trying to deal with the Free Company militia themselves. So basically what that means is I can deal with the rest of his army and then the Free Company militia afterwards. And yes, the Free Company militia would probably have ammunition and stuff, but due to terror from the dragons and all that good stuff, that would have been likely the key to victory. But that's just one thing I wanted to go over. I thought it'd be a good idea to go over the replay again quickly. It's not exactly the longest replay in the world. Janet certainly gave me a beating. But lots to learn from this one for sure. And I think it's important for myself to talk about that and to point it out, and for anyone who's interested in jumping into Warhammer 2 multiplayer, because this was my first ever competitive game. I decided to record it live, which maybe wasn't the best idea either, but I'm going to continue to do that because I think it's interesting to hear my own thoughts and my own sort of reasons for doing things, and I'm very good at like vocalizing my thoughts whilst I'm playing, so I like to watch them back with my own voiceover to sort of know what I was thinking at the moment, at that moment in time, in order to analyze how I could do better almost. And I think for you guys as well, that's quite interesting. So I wanted to go back over the replay for this one, just point out the few things that I think I would change if I was to play that again, like if there was a rematch with this exactly the same armies, how I would deal with that differently. But alas, first game in ShadowOnlineGaming's tournament in the group stage didn't go my way, but hopefully the next one will. Either way, that's it. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. It's quite a different one for me for sure. Make sure to go check out Janet on Occasion's channel. Also check out ShadowOnlineGaming's channel. He also has a video giving all of the details about the tournament, so you can check out all the other YouTubers involved. And I would recommend having a look at it all, because it's very, very interesting, and it's great. Great job by ShadowOnlineGaming to bring the whole Warhammer 2 community together in order to play all these games. And I didn't really consider myself part of the community, but after speaking to a lot of the players, I definitely feel a lot more at home after playing some games. And that's it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.